Welcome back everyone to another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a game between Mikhail Tal and Bobby Fischer, two chess legends. This was played in 1959. They would play each other pretty often. They knew each other for a while. But this caught my eye, so I wanted to show it to you guys. We start with the move e4, c5, and we transpose to a open Sicilian with takes, knight f6. We get knight c6, a6, bishop comes out, e6, slides back, and we get this b5. Then we get this other aggressive move, f4, and we transpose into a Sicilian defense open Scheveningen-Sozen flank variation. No idea what I just said, or if it's right, but we're going to hope it is. So then Mikhail plays this aggressive move, b4. He's attacking this knight. He wants to send it back. And if you go back, it's a slight advantage for black, but the actual best move is knight a4 here. It's still about equal. It's not totally the best. Black has a very slight advantage. Doesn't do a whole lot. But we get knight takes pawn, Bobby castles, and then we get this move g6. So he plays some waiting move like bishop d2. He's basically trying to castle immediately here with the fianchetto. But instead we get this pawn sacrifice of g5. F5, sorry. So we get takes, and then we get a brilliant move from Bobby. Knight takes f5. And basically, if you take, your queen gets in, you're threatening to give a checkmate here, and win this rook, and potentially win all this pawns here with so much pressure. So you can't take the knight here. So instead, Mikhail goes rook g8, and he's lining up the rook to the king. But we had another brilliant move in a row from Bobby. Bishop d5. Again, same thing. He's threatening the rook. If you take, you're going to get in. You're not necessarily going to give checkmate right away, but you're going to threaten to win all these pieces and give a bunch of checks later with pressure. So you can't take, but instead we get rook a7 to defend the rook. We get bishop takes the knight, bishop takes pawn, and then we get this move e7 with the rook. So basically, if you don't do that, if you do some waiting move, then white gets this check here, check, and then king gets hunted out into the open here, and it's very bad for black. So instead, we get rook blocks, bishop takes with the queen, and then bishop f4. So we get queen c6, lining up the rook and the bishop, threatening mate, threatening this knight here as well. So we get defense from Bobby, offering queen trade. Mikhail declines, he takes the knight. We get bishop takes, and then we get another brilliant move in a row from Mikhail. Queen c6 again. So you're sacrificing both of these pieces fully. You're not actually offering queen trade because white is going to take the knight. We give a check here, and then we take the bishop back. So we had a check here, block with the rook, another check with the rook, and then we block with the bishop, because otherwise if we didn't, we would have got brutalized and it was losing immediately for black. So we get rook takes, a full rook sacrifice, and you can do this because the plan here is to take, and then there's a check to win the rook back. And you might think that white is totally winning. This king is like basically trapped here with this queen, but it's actually -1 here for black. And you're going to see that here. He offers a queen trade. He tries to win the pawns. We get rook up, defend the pawn, and this king is getting brutalized, but it's actually totally safe right here. The attack is not strong enough because everything's held together, everything's defended, and this king is off in the corner. It's going to hide. So we get queen up to c4, trying to win these pawns here now. We get bishop sliding over, defending everything. We get takes, and as you see here, this pawn is basically going to become a pass pawn potentially. He's going to want to promote. We get g3 here, we get a check, and now we win the queens. So it's a forced queen trade, but Bobby doesn't want to trade immediately. He wants to trade on his own terms. So Mikhail takes, and then we get rook here to defend. We bring the kings, we bring the bishop, check. We're basically trying to win these pawns because this pawn has to promote. It's our only option right now. We get kings over, bishop slides to f6, rook back to defend the pawn, rook slides over, other rook slides over, Bobby slides the rook back. We get a check here from Mikhail, king back, rook back, king back again. Block the line of sight. We're still threatening to win this pawn here. Slides up, and then we slide our b pawn here because Mikhail doesn't want to trade this pawn. He wants it to promote here. So we take the free pawn. Bobby gives a check. King slides over. Rook slides over. He's trying to attack this pawn, but we get this check here from Mikhail. King up, check, and then now the pawn is totally blocked in by his own king. The rook cannot get to it because this king trapped itself here behind the pawn. So he tries to do everything he can, slides the king, slides the rook up. Mikhail moves the bishop to make a pathway for the pawn. Bobby tries to give himself an entry point so he can take, but it's too late. By the time Mikhail goes b2, it's all over, and the game is won. In this position, Bobby Fischer resigned, and Mikhail Tal won the game. That was a great game of attacking chess, very tactical, very sharp, and I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't, check out other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.